Hey guys, it's Maria from PA Dance Network. Today at PA Dance Network and every Tuesday is True Self Tuesday. So I wanted to come live to you today to share a little, it's a big tip. I was going to say it's a little tip, but it's really a big tip. It's something that I recognized and learned a number of years ago about how our ego and our logical mind cover up the truth for us and help us to stay in a place of fear and doubt, and how that place within us helps us to stay clouded and confused and living in chaos. So I wanted to share with you today a really simple technique that you can use that helps you to connect to your heart space. When you connect to your heart, you are connecting to the only real truth that there is. Probably about, maybe about seven years ago, I really started to hear the yearnings of my heart, and my heart was leading me in a little bit of a different direction than my logical mind would have me go. So I really needed to step back and take a look at my life and the things that I was doing and the way I was doing them, and really drop out of the head and drop out of the logical mind and into my heart. And that's something that I teach to my students all the time. It's one of the biggest stumbling blocks I find that people have, is they don't know which voice to listen to. So today, for our True Self Tuesday, I want to share with you a simple way that you can connect to your heart and get the answers that you need about the direction and course of your life. It's really important that we learn to stay out of the logical mind, and we stay out of the place where we use just facts and figures to figure things out, because there's a whole nother part of us that is really begging for our attention, and it truly is our loving space within us. That loving force within us is guiding us, and it's a very quiet place within us, because we have learned over time to allow our mind to take control of our destiny in our life. And it's just simply not true. I know that a lot of people struggle with this. I was actually just helping one of my students and clients out of this loophole, and I was asking her, well, have you consulted with your heart about which way to go with this decision that you're trying to make, that you know you need to make? And she kept popping up in the fear and, well, this and that and all this other stuff. And I was like, okay, but can you just come into your heart and ask what your true path is supposed to be with this? What direction are you supposed to go in? And when she listened to her heart, she received a completely different answer than the one that her head was broadcasting to her. The mind is a computer bank. It is a memory bank. It creates stories. It brings facts and figures together. It's an amazing, amazing, beautiful gift, our beautiful brains. But our brain is not, it doesn't have decisions. It doesn't have decision-making processes. Our spirit and our soul is the place within us that is guiding us. And we have to learn to change the frequency and change the default button, if you will, instead of popping up into the head, which keeps us in fear. It keeps us in lack. It keeps us in a state of like living in the future, of projecting problems that may or may never happen. Most of the time they never happen. But it keeps us in a loop. And I call this being in the hamster wheel. And when we're on the hamster wheel, our body gets anxious. We can't make decisions. We're like having hyperactivity. We get nervous. We don't know how to be in our power and in our truth and in our peace. And truly, it's so important to learn to stay in your heart space, because your heart is going to guide you to the best possible solution for all of your so-called problems. It's going to help you to stay with people who get you. It's going to help you to vibrate higher. It's going to help to give you power and real, authentic truth that you can rely on. Your mind will have you thinking 50 million different thoughts all day long, and you don't know what thought to believe and which one's true. And the body is going into these hyperactive modes And this causes illness, and it causes people to be in stress, which we label stress. So basically we have to learn how to disconnect from the mind, which the first step is just learning that, oh, okay, I'm in a fear place. I'm in chaos. I'm swimming around in too many thoughts. Let me just bring my attention back down to my heart. So that's the first thing. Drop out of your head and come into your heart. So if you'd like to do this right now with me, you can. We're also I'm gonna teach you how to figure out what your yeses are and what your nos are. Within your heart guides you, and it lets you know which way to go that's best for you. So let's go ahead and just connect to the heart for just a moment for our True Self Tuesday. Now you know why we're calling it True Self, because there's only one true you, and it's in here. It's not up here. Okay? So come into the heart space and just drop down and have the intention of just coming into that quiet space, that peaceful space. You can close your eyes if you'd like to. You can do it with your eyes open, just whatever feels nice for you right now. So come into the center of your heart. Come into your loving space. Once you are in that space, you want to really work on practicing staying in that space for longer and longer periods of time until you just live that way. But that's a practice that you can cultivate over time. But from the space of your heart, you can feel that everything softens. You can feel that you're starting to decompress, that you're calming, that things are quieting. And just take some breaths into the center of your heart space. And as you do that, your true self can step forward. And this is typically a part of ourself that has been just knocking at the door for so long for you to recognize. That inner you, that beautiful heart light that you are. And so from this space, I'd like you to ask yourself, if something is a no for me, and you can just take my words and then just say them to yourself. If something is a no for me, what does it feel like in my body? Like if something just does not resonate with me, or if I'm making a decision, how do I know that something is a no? And then take in the information. So what are you noticing about yourself? Are you noticing that your energy started to get really tight? Are you noticing that your thoughts started to spiral again? What's going on? Is your blood pressure raising? Do you feel any little pains in your body? So your body and your soul and your spirit can let you know if you're on the right path or if you're about to go off course. So what does your no feel like? Now realize that your logical mind, the ego too, does not like this. Does not like that you're investigating your true self. And that's okay. That's okay. The ego is a part of us, and it does not run our life unless we say that it can. Okay, so what are the no's? If something's a no, what does that feel like within you? Okay, so now just thank yourself for that. Bring yourself back to a place of peace in your heart. Just clear your energy and come back to center. Okay, good. And now, if something is a yes for you, what does that feel like? What does your yes feel like? You might be hearing a sound, you might be seeing colors, you might be getting a vision, you might see the face of somebody you love. What is your yes? It doesn't matter what sign or symbol is coming for you or what feeling is coming through you. What's your yes? If something's a yes, good. And I can feel that you got your yeses a lot quicker. And you're getting the hang of it. Okay. Good. Okay, so now we're going to pause here, clear ourselves again, come back to that space of peace within, and then just gently open the eyes. So if you'd like to, if you're listening, and even if you listen to this afterwards, if you're on live, comment below what were some of your yeses and some of your nos so that we can see them. Also, if you're listening to this and enjoying this after we are broadcasting live here, please do the same thing, because the guidance that you receive is inspiring for other people, and it helps other people to grow, and it helps them to feel more confident about the information that they've received for themselves. So once you know that you have the power within you, you don't literally need another person to help you make a decision. How many times do you ask other people to, what do you think I should do about this? Or how am I going to handle this? Or you don't even have to do that. All you got to do is quiet yourself, drop down into your heart, and you're going to hear what to do. You're going to know which way is the right way to go. The key is following the guidance that you receive. So, for instance, I'll use an example of what just happened for me earlier. I was, a part of me wanted to go down to Earthlight and go down to Stroudsburg and get some supplies that I needed. And another part of me was saying, well, you don't really need to do that today. Today you just need to rest. But for a short amount of time, I was considering going, even though I was hearing, no, today you need to just stay within and do what you're doing. You're doing exactly what you need to do today. You can order some things online, and then tomorrow, hubby will pick up the lettuce that you needed. Okay, so this was something that was going on within me. And when I dropped into my heart, I heard that it was okay if I went, but it wasn't necessary. And so, we have to make decisions based on what we are receiving as answers. And I'll tell you why. Because sometimes if you don't listen to your internal guidance, you can be at the wrong place at the wrong time. And you may cause some suffering for yourself, unneeded, or you may have to go through some kind of traumatic things if you don't listen to your inspiration and your divine guidance coming from unconditional love that's already embedded in you. We're born with it. We're born with this. Our true self is already here. We just have to consult with that part of ourself, and we'll know what to do. Okay? So that's the guidance. I would encourage you to continue to follow what your heart is asking for you to do. By the way I started to tune my intuition to this early on was, it had to do with food, like easy things about food. I could sense that my food choices were changing, and that my body wanted something else. And a part of me wanted, I'm hearing my internal guidance is saying to tell you about the cappuccino that I used to drink all the time. It was decaffeinated cappuccino, but it was full of sugar, and I was ordering it by the case. This was probably like 7 years ago. And a part of me kept saying that it was time for me to get off of this stuff, like, as much as I loved it. Another part of me was really afraid about it. It was like, oh my God, but this is like my cozy, fun, yummy thing that I get to have. Like, this is my little snack. So what am I going to do? Like, I didn't want to give it up. But that was just the ego that didn't want to give it up. My internal being, my higher self, has already made that change. It already made the change. I was already being guided to not put that stuff in my body anymore. And once I realized that I was already being nudged, I just accepted it and went along with it. And then all this other great stuff that I can eat and drink came into my life. So it's really important that we follow guidance, because if you've been praying, or if you've been asking, or if you have been questioning things about yourself that you need support with, and you are going against your guidance that you're receiving, you're just going to continue to stay in that loop that much longer. That causes a lot of frustration. It causes body tension. It can cause you not to sleep at night. You go into a hyper vigilant state with yourself, and it's like programs running on the surface behind you. Like, you know how when you have your laptop up and you have all your programs running, you got to shut those programs down. So for this day that we're celebrating here at PA Dance Network, Tuesday being our True Self Tuesday each week, I would like to invite you to consult your heart before you do anything, even the simple things in your life, like, am I supposed to eat this or am I supposed to eat that? Your mind is going to go on habit and tell you, oh, it's okay, just go ahead and do that. You know darn well that it's a no. So you've got to consult with your heart and ask the way to go with any decision that you have. And I can assure you that way you don't need other people's approval, you don't need their opinion, and you don't need anything. You've got it all in here. So start to trust yourself more. I'd like to share with you just a little card reading right now to just seal this deal of love. These are cards that I created. They're called the Namaste Garden Spiritual Guidance cards. And we're going to receive some guidance about what does this group need to hear. It's right on top. Okay, so we got the Friend card. So take this into your heart. What does being a friend look and feel like? How do you enjoy the gift of friendship? It's time to become your own best friend, to learn about friendship on a deeper level. We have so many friends, even those we deem as not being our friends. Find the oneness and look for the gem in everyone you meet and greet. We're all the same at the core. We are all needed, and we desire to be loved and cared for. Start there. Find the light, friendship, and oneness in this situation, and you will be free to move on. So doesn't that make sense? I mean, that just really makes sense to everything that we talked about today. So that's where I'd like to leave you. Tomorrow is another fun day that we're going to reveal what our topic is. I hope that you enjoyed this. If you like or love this, please share that. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a little heart. Feel free to share these posts with your friends, and be sure to pop in tomorrow because we're going to have some more fun guidance. So thank you very much, guys. Namaste.